Hey guys, it's Abe here from Mom's Basement Games. Streaming a box opening. Josh asked me if I would do this since I picked up my box yesterday. Uh, we're hoping we get something really good, and we are getting that saving that box topper for last. So for those of you who don't know or haven't opened any of the set yet, they have them in reverse order for drafts. So everything from the back here are the commons, and then actually from the front right under the token are the foils and then the rares. 4, 5, 6, 7. So going through the commons, there's a few that are worth something, not really too many. Probably just going to skip most of those this stream and go from there. So for uncommons, we have Brazen Scourge, Apprentice Necromancer, Fecundity, which used to be worth a little bit. Our foil is Malevolent Whispers, and our rare is a Tassiger. Going through draft, this would be a pretty good pack. These two cards right here in the front, the Satyr Wayfinder and Kodama's Reach, are pretty decent, but as far as actual pack value, they're not worth too much. So we have Forbidden Alchemy, have Wild Hunger, Dreamscape Artist. Our foil is a Thermo Alchemist, and our rare is an Eldrazi Conscription. It's down to just a couple of bucks now. Nothing too great, but Commander players love them, so I'll probably be able to trade it pretty quick here. Angelic Renewal is a pretty good card for the draft. It's one of the bigger archetypes in the Reanimator. This time it's white-green instead of like a white-black or red-black. But you can splash pretty much any colors for that Reanimator deck, and drafting is pretty good. So for uncommons out of this pack, we have Hero of Iroas, we have Chainer's Edict, we have Murderous Redcap, then our foil is an Iridescent Drake, and the rare is a Visions of Beyond. All right. Still nothing too great in the commons. We have an Ingot Chewer who is kind of useful but not worth anything. For our uncommons, we have Conflagrate, Mystic Retrieval, and Firewing Phoenix. Our foil is a Reviving Vapors, and our rare is Ruined Halo. For uncommons this time we have Anger, we have Golgari Thug, a staple in the modern Dredge deck, we have Heapdoll, our foil is a Golgari Brown Scale, and our rare is a Nourishing Shoal. I think there are one or two commons in the set that are worth a little bit, but nothing too crazy. I think it's like Sleight of Hand and Faithless Looting, stuff like that. So for our uncommons, we have Furnace Celebration, Angel of Despair, Snake Umbra. Our foil is a Basking Rootwalla, and our rare is Wall of Reverence. We have Treasure Cruise in the common slot, which is always a good card, but it's not worth too much anymore. And Martyr of Sands is a pretty decent card, but again, not worth much of anything for like trade value. So in our uncommons, we have Travel Preparations. We have Meringue River Prowler. We have Miraculous Recovery. In our foil slot, we have Windsteed Rider. And our rare is actually a mythic. It's Krakus. Krakus is worth, I want to say, about $20 right now. Nothing too crazy since it's been reprinted a couple times, but it's always good for Legacy, seen mostly in Death and Taxes. A new addition to the common slot is Foil. It's now available in Pauper because Pauper is tracked by the Moto commons. So we have Foil and Pauper now, which should make some of the blue decks really good. Time will tell. Uncommons are Become Immense, Furnace Celebration, and Counter Squall. Counterspell that counters a non-creature, its controller loses 2 life. Pretty decent in these kind of things. Our foil is a Think Twice. Looks pretty good in foil, just the way some of the aspects come through. And we have a Glenaladra Archmage for our rare. She's, I want to say, about $5 to $10 now. She's pretty good for Commander and stuff. I don't think she sees much play elsewhere. Nothing for commons. Uncommons, we have Garna the Bloodflame. We have Swift Reckoning. We have Stream of Consciousness. Our foil is a Crushing Canopy. And our rare is Urborg Tomb of Yawgmoth, pretty good land. We have a few decent draft cards here, but still nothing too great in the common slot. We have Rogue's Passage. This card personally killed me last night when I had a pretty good lock on the board. We have a Circular Logic, and we have a Kitchen Finks, which is pretty decent uncommon, one of the more expensive ones. Our foil for this pack is a Fiery Temper, which looks really good in foil. And our rare is a Creeping Tar Pit. Nice little man land. Ulamog's Crusher is one of the cooler cards in this pack. Just the new art looks really good. A lot of people really like it. Nice Pauper card there. So for our uncommons this time, we have a Rolling Trembler, Grave Strength, Eternal Witness, another pretty decent card. I think it's about $2 or $3 for an uncommon. Our foil this pack is a Vexing Devil, which looks pretty good. You can see the foiling on its horns and stuff, looks pretty cool. And then we have a Thespian Stage for our rare. Fun thing about this this set is that you can actually draft a version of Legacy Turbo Depths, where you have the Thespian Stage, Dark Depths, and the Merit Lage Land. The name's escaping me right now. We have a Faithless Looting here. That's a pretty decent one of the commons. And our uncommons this set are Swift Reckoning, Urban Evolution, Appetite for Brains. Our foil is a Fiend Hunter, and our rare is Rhea Dawnbringer. Uncommons for this pack: Rally the Peasants. I used to use this to kill people in Dredge the first time Golgari Grave Troll was unbanned. It was a really good card when you were playing Bridge from Below and you were able to make a bunch of tokens. We have Hero of Linnea Tower, and we have a Shriekmaw, pretty decent removal creature. Our foil for this pack is a Devoted Druid, which I'm pretty sure is worth a little bit. It's a pretty decent card. And our rare is a Bridge from Below. Got another Faithless Looting here in this pack, which is helping out the value. We haven't pulled anything too crazy fun yet. So our uncommons are Sigil of the New Dawn. We have a Ghoul Steed, a Desperate Ritual. They finally reprinted the Splice mechanic somewhere. Our foil is a Molten Birth, and our rare is a Mana Vault. So we have our second mythic of the box. Uncommons are Buried Alive, which is really good for the Reanimator archetype. We have Sleight of Hand, which is a pretty decent uncommon reprint. We have Mistveil Plains, which sees this play in, I think, 1 or 2 modern decks. We have a foil Faith's Fetters, and our rare is an Entomb, another really good card for Reanimator. This time we have a Devoted Druid in the uncommon slot. It's pretty good. We have a Hero of Iroas, and we have a Lava Spike, another $2 to $3 uncommon, which is pretty good. It hasn't been reprinted too much. Our foil is a Hooting Mandrills, which I've always really enjoyed this card. And then our rare is a Gamble. Pretty decent for Legacy, but it's been reprinted a couple times now. It's like two maybe $3. We have a Living Lore for an uncommon, we have Brawn. We have Mage Ring Network, which is an okay storage land for a draft set. It only produces colorless though. We have a foil Resurrection, which looks pretty good. Then we have a Golgari Grave Troll for our rare slot. The new art a lot of people really like. I think it's one of my preferred arts. Nothing too good in the commons for this pack. For uncommons, we have Rise from the Tides. We have Blast of Genius. We have Penumbra Worm, which the token is in this set somewhere, and it looks pretty cool. The foil for this pack is a Safehold Elite, and our rare is Through the Breach, which is, it's worth, I want to say, about $10 to $15. Pretty good reprint, something that hasn't been seen recently. It's a good one to get. Alright, uncommons this time are Reviving Vapors, Young Pyromancers, pretty good card, and an Ancestor's Chosen. Our foil is an Ictian Crier, and our rare is a Phyrexian Altar. Pretty good EDH card. It's seen, I don't think it's seen too much anywhere else. It's right around the $10 to $15 range, so that was a nice little addition for us. The new way they did the packaging, it's easier to use the little rip tab here, but habit dies hard sometimes just to open the packs like a regular one. Alright, this time we have Unburial Rites, which is another good card for the Reanimator sub-theme in this set. We have a Brazen Scourge, and we have a Dreamscape Artist. We have our foil being a Ghoulcaller's Accomplice, and our rare this time is a Fulminator Mage, which is pretty decent. The new art's really cool too. Have our third Faithless Looting of the box. It's kind of crazy considering we're almost done and it's a common. We have Rally the Peasants, Laboratory Maniac, which is another really good uncommon. He was downshifted from rare to uncommon, and he was holding like a $12 price tag for a while. We have a Spider Spawning, which is a really good card in this, as long as you have the like a Graveyard Matters deck. Really good for drafting in this set. Our foil is a Pulse of Murasa, which is a pretty decent card, especially in the Graveyard Matters decks. And our rare is a Gaddock Teague. Good little hate card for Modern. Alright, we have a Deckmore Salvage, which is a uncommon dredgeland. It's pretty good to have. We have War Leader's Helix, Unstable Mutation, which is pretty good for the heroic or the auras archetypes. Our foil is a Young Pyromancer. It looks pretty good in foil here. And our rare is a Fauna Shaman. First uncommon is Malevolent Whispers. Then we have a Stinger Fling Spider. He's pretty good. It enters the battlefield, kills something with flying. We have a Vengeful Rebirth, which is a pretty decent reprint. Our foil for this is a Balefire Dragon. That feels pretty bad. And then we have our rare being Sovereigns of Lost Alara, which is a pretty crummy rare. So now we're down to our last pack. Nothing in the commons. We have a Spirit Card, a Prismatic Lens, and a Songs of the Damned, which is a pretty decent card. Good ramp if you have a Graveyard Matters deck. Our foil is a Dawn Charm, and our final rare for the pack is a Lava Claw Reaches. Oof. So we've gotten pretty crapped on this entire box, so not a whole lot of value here for me. I know a lot of people have had a lot of good success, but this was not all that great. So now we're down to just the box topper here, which is being difficult. So this is our box topper for the set. Is it a good one? It's a Tassiger, not worth a whole lot of anything. It was a pretty disappointing box, but sometimes that happens, so thanks for checking us out.